Yeah, you know what it is. Welcome to the best coast. Yo, it's Bronze Age nerd with that collecting elite. Big B McFly, steady bringing the vintage heat. Pull up a seat, we diving in the stacks. Silver to the bronze, got the knowledge on tap. From Kirby's Kings to the mutants, wow. We breaking it down in that laid-back style. So grab your snacks, let the panels unfold. This is comic book chilling with the stories we told. Comic book vibes, we flipping them pages. Legends and lore from all the ages. Golden to the modern, we talk that news. With Big B McFly and the nerd cut loose. Yo, you tune into that Bronze Age flow. Where comics live and legends grow. Big B McFly in the cut, let's fly. Best coast, baby, comics are what saved me. Big, yeah.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Best Coast Comics. I'm one of your hosts, Christopher, aka the Bronze Age Nerd, and I'm joined, as always, by my co-host,
me, Big B McFly, the comic guy.
You're the one I'm looking for. That's right. Hey, we're back. Thanks everybody for joining us after a little bit of a early 2026 hiatus. Welcome to 2026. This is our first show of the year. Some things are going to be slightly different setup wise. Hopefully everything looks and sounds good. Thanks to a very Merry Christmas for me, I got a new desk, so my setup's a little different. Gonna have to tweak things as I go along. It's my first live show since getting that all set up. Yeah, we're back. Big B was traveling last week, so thanks everybody for letting us take a little breather. Hopefully your travels went well, sir.
Adventurous, but
adventurous.
Well.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's been a crazy week, man. I haven't really talked to Big B off air, so you're going to get a lot of our interactions probably live here.
What? You did what?
So I actually messed up my knee pretty bad.
Oh no!
Somehow. So I've been really like my Christmas tree is still up. I mean, hey, I know a lot of people leave their Christmas tree up for a while, but normally that would be down by now. And I literally just like yesterday was the first day I was able to like walk around and stuff. So
5 more months and you'll just be early.
Yeah, exactly. Like you could do that. So yeah, things have been a little slow on everything on the back end front, but I do want to take a couple this opportunity to make a couple announcements. First off, we are streaming on multiple channels. So if you want to watch us on my channel, I'm Bronze Age Nerd. If you want to watch on Big B McFly's channel over there or over on the EXP, we're streaming live on all their YouTube channels as well as on the EXP's Facebook and Twitch and Instagram. All you got to do is follow the links in the description below and it'll get you to all those channels so you can subscribe and follow along on all those great channels. If you like our content here, you're going to like a lot of their content on the EXP. And if you like a lot of content that we're talking about, you're going to love a lot of stuff on Big B McFly's channel and my own channel, hopefully. Yeah. And then one reason why you're really going to want to make sure you're subscribed and following along for all of us is next week, we're going to do something pretty special. And we're going to mention this a couple times tonight. And it's already scheduled. We have a claim sale set up for next Monday, same time slot, streaming to all the same places. Although I'm also going to be streaming to my Facebook page, assuming it works. To draw in some more people, hopefully. Cool. But yeah, so we will be doing a claim sale. I know we've got books to clear out that are great books that we're just ready to make some space and hopefully put them in some hands of some people out there. We haven't talked about this, but I know for a fact we're going to do a giveaway for people that make pickups. I'll at least throw in some stuff. Maybe Big B will as well. And sure. Yeah, if you claim some stuff, you'll get entered for a chance to do a giveaway. We'll be able to combine shipping because we're pretty close together, all that kind of stuff. So highly recommend following along.
Yeah.
Next week, 8:00 p.m. Pacific or 11 if you're on the East Coast. Or
if you guys have something specific you're looking for, please drop in a comment or message us on Instagram so we can make sure we pull it and bring it to the sale.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And that said, I want to make sure I go through and say hello to everybody. I know this was from an earlier show over on the EXP, but I do want to welcome Wanda White, was a new member that joined over on the EXP network. Those memberships are awesome. They help support whatever channel you're a member of. And they have some bonuses too, depending on which channel you're part of. But welcome to the EXP team, Wanda. And we got GTK Comic coming in on our channel for that first place gold medal comment. Congratulations. Shigeyuki Kakita joining in, saying, even if I was on Australia's Gold Coast, I would still tune in for the best coast. Thank you so much, Shigeyuki. That's awesome. And then Preston Estrid, awesome supporter, friend of the channel, valued member of our veteran community, dropped in just to leave his like and said, have a great show, y'all. And in doing so, he gets the venerable Bronze Medal Award. That's awesome.
That's right.
Otaku Tour Guide. What's up, Otaku? How you doing?
Hey, buddy.
Happy New Year to you too. Yep, and that's true. We are streaming on regular landscape formats on YouTube, so you can watch on your TV or whatever, or your phones or whatever. But we are also in vertical formats on all 3 YouTube channels as well. So if you're watching the vertical format and you're joining us, hey, welcome to the show. We appreciate you being here. We talk about comic book news and community art and kind of what's going on with us as collectors too.
We control the horizontal. We control the vertical.
Oh, man, I missed that. I need to watch more of that. It's been a while. There's some good episodes of that.
That's right. Hey, John.
What's up, John? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome to the show. Good evening to yourself as well. Will we get one of those fine Bronze Age Nerd stickers? You know what? If you do make a claim, I know I'll have some Bronze Age Nerd stickers.
And fresh new the BMF stickers too. So we'll have
limited edition. That's awesome. Yeah. Or maybe, hey, I don't know. Maybe it's not limited. Maybe that's going to be in your regular rotation. I don't know.
Yeah, I have 3 different ones now.
I like
building a library of stickers.
Yeah, collect them all like they're Pokemon. Those are popular, right? I do Crazy Stuff. Hey, Crazy Stuff, what's up? How you doing? Thanks for joining us. Yeah, he's got the Omnibus Game is Strong. He's also got some nice statues back there. I know there's one that's very
nice rogue
prized.
That's right. That's right.
And you got that awesome Danger Girl one back there too. That's killer too.
Yeah, she's over there in the corner.
Yeah, all the Danger,
all the Danger Girls.
Yeah. There you go. And what's up, Benjamin? How you doing? Thanks for joining the show. So yeah, normally this is the part of the show where we would talk about that's a great question. So I can speak for myself and say a little bit of a mix of everything. I have some I'll be pulling stuff all this next week. I'm going to try to curate it and try to make it a really tight, instead of just showing a ton of books, I'm going to try to show a really tight collection of stuff. A lot of desirable variant covers and key issues, probably even going back to some Bronze Age stuff in my case. I don't think I'll have a whole lot of silver for sale, but by request, if somebody's like, hey, I'm looking for this, and if I have it, yeah, I'll definitely bring it.
I have a pile of Silver Age FF priced already, so I don't know, I'll bring that. Otaku, I know you like you're looking for the Action Comics and Superman stuff. So if you're going to be here, I can make sure to bring that stuff, the Action and the Superman and the older stuff, the copper and bronze, and maybe even a little silver of that. So
absolutely. Again, folks, if you are just joining us, feel free to leave a comment down below or in the live chat here with anything that you are looking for, and we'll make sure to try to do our best to bring it if we have it. And as Comic Trope says,
please reach out and tell us exactly what you're looking for, so we're not bringing a bunch of stuff that people don't need.
Yeah. I try to bring a variety because it's one of those things, until you start doing the sale, you never know what people are really into.
Right.
That's kind of what I've noticed anyway.
Tropes.
Yeah, yo Joe, how's it going, Chris? Hopefully you're having a good night. And don't sell your silver. It's going to be $400. It's going to $400. That's funny. Silver metal for those that didn't get the joke for a second, like me. And
Superman, the older the better. Okay, I will
go.
bring older Superman and some nice high grade stuff too.
Hey, what's up, man? Long time no see. XSSFD Lieutenant, making me work my tongue muscle tonight to get that whole name in there. Glad you can join us. We appreciate it. We were just mentioning to everybody, it's kind of last time I'll mention it for a little bit. We will be doing a live claim sale next week. We haven't done one of those in a while, so we're going to bring a lot of great stuff. Yeah, definitely come in and check that out if you're looking for some books, and we'll have some good deals and some, nice runs and all kinds of cool, fun stuff. So this is our first show of 2026. We kind of had talked a little bit in our last show of 2025 about maybe kind of discussing what we're looking forward to in 2026 as comic collectors, or for ourselves and YouTube and all that kind of stuff if need be. Again, Bigby and I have like barely talked at all through text message or whatever.
I've been like, hi, love you, buddy.
We usually talk a lot more, and we don't always get a chance to talk that often, but this has been one of the least talkative weeks. So have you had a chance to think about any of that kind of stuff for 2026, or are you kind of just hanging on by?
Yeah, I'm really kind of just a little bit. I've got some generalized goals. A lot of it is comic related, but not necessarily getting books, but more like doing my art and stuff. So
yeah. Well, you've been going strong on the Sunday art streams, right?
Yeah, I've been doing those. Been getting a lot of commission work. So I appreciate everybody who's been reaching out for commissions, and if anybody's interested, hit me up.
For sure.
And now might be the time to sell your copies of all the extra copies of Action Comics one I have. Yeah.
I mean, especially those nice high grade, genuine graded.
I've been stockpiling the 9/8.
It's about to pay off, brother. Flood that market. Let's drive those prices down, right? Make it affordable for everybody else. We will get to the news here in a little bit. That's kind of the big story. Right. Yeah. Do Loot Crate and all the reprints and all the with the Oreo
editions.
Yeah. They all count 100%. They should go for millions. Sure. Yeah, it's gonna be a strange year. Like I've been really thinking about what 2026 means for me as a collector and as a content creator. And I kind of come on and sometimes I just like speak from the hip. Like I've thought about things ranging from not doing live shows anymore to focus more on uploaded content, to changing the kind of content I make and all that kind of stuff. I've really been kind of wondering what I'm going to do for 2026. There's been a lot of thoughts with that. Like I want to change it up this year after having kind of a very stagnant 2025 as a YouTuber. So I've been thinking about that. I focus on more like interviews and some things like fostering some of the connections I've made and doing more content like that. And going to be reaching out here pretty soon now that I'm healing up from my injury here and kind of taking care of some real life stuff. I'm thinking about reaching out and starting a schedule going for some of those interviews and getting all that set up. I won't name any names until they're officially on the radar, because that's a good way to jinx yourself. But some fun creators that would be great to talk to, I think.
We'll make a fine pair walking around the show, limping together.
Well, hopefully, both of us will be in better shape, because that's one of my big goals, is getting healthier. I know it was one of your goals.
One of my hopes is that by the end of 2026, I am 100% good to go.
Yeah. And I definitely support you in that, man. And that's another thing that we'll have to talk about. I mean, if you have some kind of stuff going on where you're going to be recovering from some medical work or whatever, then you might be able to stream. You might not want to stream, and we might need to take a little hiatus or something.
So I know that with some of the meds they put me on, there's times where I probably shouldn't be doing paperwork and stuff at work that I'm doing. Like, what number comes after 5? Oh yeah.
I mean, that just sounds like we could have some real fun shows. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm kind of trying to grapple with that and figure out what's best. Like I've always thought this show would do better in an earlier time slot. And I don't know how to make that happen.
But it just doesn't work out for us. Like, family wise and work wise and everything else. But we can always hope and dream and try to figure it out.
For sure. For sure. And then as a collector, you know, I'm really, it was kind of a theme of last year, and I'm still transitioning over to it, but it's working out pretty well. I think I have a good plan here to not collect as much and just collect fewer, bigger books that I've been looking for a long time. And
focus it down, funnel it to a point there.
Yeah. I've been trying
focus.
I've been trying to downsize in any way I could, and I sold my old desk today, so I got rid of that, which is great because there would have been a desk in this space. You would have been like, this guy looks like a hoarder. It's pretty bad in here because I've been.
You should have told me it was for sale.
You don't think you would have wanted that one? It's a nice desk, but it was small. This is actually kind of a small desk by most people's standards, but it's still at least bigger. 2 beards, 1 book. It might be good. Yeah, so I was just saying, comic trips. I hurt my knee pretty bad, so I've been unable to do things like take down my Christmas tree. No new gifts. There's some old gifts, some 2025 Christmas gifts under there still that still need to get put up. Like my daughter got a sweet mirror. We still need to hang that up in her room. Cool. But yeah, I had this sweet desk that I'm streaming from now was under there. That was cool, and this shirt was under there too. That was a gift from my wife and daughter. That was pretty sweet.
That's a really cool shirt. I like
it. It's a pretty cool one. And they got me the retro Star Wars arcade game one too. I think I wore that on the last show of 2025.
Yeah. I love the original package art for G.I. Joe. It's so amazing.
Man. It's one of those things where nothing compares to it. Like
retro and timeless at the same time.
Right. Even the new like classified figures, it's actually kind of depressing how they do retro carded figures, and some of the art on that now has gotten terrible. I don't know. There's claims that they might be using AI for some of it.
No.
The Flint and the rock and roll figures had really bad card art, which is crazy because like on the Marvel Legends side of Hasbro, they have like David Nakayama doing box art. So it's cool. What are you guys doing?
Yikes.
Yeah. Transformers package art is incredible too. And I mean, some of the original classified G.I. Joe stuff was really cool. Some of it was amazing actually. But it's just gone downhill for whatever reason. Maybe that's a temporary thing. Joe, welcome to the show. Off topic. Can you explain the sweetness of sugar to someone who's never tasted it? That's a very difficult question. I don't know that I could really, without using, the old trope of trying to
try to go to a different. Do you go to different sensations to explain tastes?
Mm-hmm.
Like rainbow, or
it's weird. I would say there's a really cool scene in one of the Dark Tower novels, the Stephen King novels, where the gunslinger character ends up coming into our world and ends up drinking he's from like an old West world where like everything is all like, it's basically a cross between medieval stuff and gunslinger Wild West stuff. Right. And he drinks a Coke. He's really hurt. He takes like Tylenol or ibuprofen or something, and he takes a Coke. And drinking the Coke, he was just like, the way that Stephen King describes a character drinking something like sweet soda to who's never had it before was a really good description. I would maybe go back and read that. And
I think they did that scene in the movie too.
Did they?
He was like just shocked. He was like, "How is it you live in a world of such wonders?" Yeah, with the pain relievers and the Coke.
Yeah. That is interesting. That movie, I have forgotten a lot of it. I did watch it.
It was decent. It was decently done. I mean, if you didn't know how good the books were, I mean, I just wish they would have spread it out a lot more. That's all.
It's one of those things you could tell the studio just like pushed it out basically.
They're like, we got this license and let's cram it all into one movie.
Hey, what's up, Mr. Nope? How are you doing? Oh my gosh. Did you change your logo? Am I just now noticing that it's like a TMNT with your name in it there?
That's a new logo.
Yeah,
that's definitely a new
logo. Awesome. I like that. Thanks for coming into the show. Yep, Coke, absolutely. Jay, our producer, aka Hydra Asylum Comics, says Mike Flanagan's trying to get an Amazon Prime series with movie tie-ins done, and that's the way to do it. I think I've been kind of cautiously optimistic about that project. Yeah, absolutely, Joe. Hope that helps. Thanks for coming in and bringing us the questions. Yeah, Sarsaparilla. That's funny. I've been watching season 2 of Fallout, and no spoilers or anything like that, but let's just say Sarsaparilla makes an appearance. If you're familiar with the games, that shouldn't be a surprise.
Season 2 has been pretty good.
See, again, no spoilers, but I think season 2 has been a little felt a little inconsistent to me, like a little disconnected.
Well, yeah, it's not as good as season 1, but it's still been enjoyable.
It says Weird Dopes podcast. Nope. Okay. I just thought it would have said Teenage Mutant Nope, which would have been pretty cool, but I like that.
No, I can see that now. It's just the Weird Dopes is so tiny.
It's especially when I've got like 8 other windows open and I'm trying to stream. Right. Everything looks really small, guys. Sorry. So that's awesome. Yeah, so 2026. I mean, that's kind of the idea. I will be going to Emerald City Comic Con. I'm not going to be at Fan Expo Portland. I know somebody's probably going to ask eventually. I know that's going on, I think, like this weekend, I want to say.
Is that this weekend, really?
I think so. If not this weekend, soon, because I know one of the organizers I follow is heading to Portland now, or heading to Denver and then Portland or something like that, I think is what they said.
I need to ask somebody that we know if they're going to be there then.
Yeah. But I haven't yet made it to any of the fan expos. There was the one year I was supposed to go, and the whole ice storm around here happened, and I was like, I'm not driving down there just to. Right. It was. I guess it was like an empty show too, because no one can make it.
I know we have kind of some open doorways to us too, where we might be able to attend some other events too. So that's cool. So we'll see how that. We'll explore those options as they come.
I'll definitely be there Saturday for Emerald City. I don't know if I'll be there all weekend, but I'll definitely be there Saturday.
When is Emerald coming up?
Oh, that's a great question. It's March. I gotta look it up now. March 5th through 8th.
And you're going to be up there hosting some panel-y thing, right?
Yeah, I'll be part of a panel. I cannot reveal details that I don't have yet about who all's going to be on the panel, but I know some of the potential guests, and some of them are definitely people I think people will want to go see and what they have to say. And I don't know, maybe I'm on that list too. We'll see.
Just start naming off deceased people. Leonard Nimoy is going to be there.
Crazy. William Shakespeare is going to be there.
Right.
Ask him some questions. And then
that's how Braun's hurt his knee tropes.
Yeah. Obviously. Man, you sent me a reel today of somebody who does they're like a mocap fight choreographer.
Yeah, they do poses for art too. Yeah.
That was sweet. Speaking of dance fighting, we all know it's going to be how to style a manly beard panel.
True.
I think as far as I know, so far I'm the only bearded person on the panel. So maybe they brought me there for some bearded representation.
That's it.
That could be it.
That's it.
Wario, 100%. You have found the dorks. Go grab Waluigi and all the Waz. Get in here. Yeah, I mean, it'll just be the ghost of Macbeth. I mean, that's the only. It's just him and William Shakespeare. Nice try, Johnny. Good one on there for the trolling. We have a resident troll already who does a really good job, though. So I guess we should probably talk about some of the big news that happened, huh?
Yeah, news is important, but we should change into our news.
Yeah, we do have to change. You're right. We gotta get very briefly into our news attire before tackling this hard-hitting nerd news. Oh man, that tie was it was way too tight. I had to get out of it.
It looked good though. It looked really good.
Yeah, I mean, we both look styling. And like way more fit. It was crazy.
The suit will do that for you.
It's a nice suit. So this article is courtesy of icv2.com, written or posted at least by Milton. I'm gonna go with Greep. But this is, everywhere. Plenty of news sources for this one. If you guys want to pick a different source, you're more than welcome to.
Should buy another one, Bronze?
I was my 8.5 was getting lonely, and I was like, I better
get to upgrade,
fill out the collection. I want to try to do one at each grade level. No, I'm broke, but not because I bought this. Action Comics #1. I don't know, must be some indie book or something. Sold for $15 million. Damn.
Chump change.
Yeah, chump change. So it is the highest known graded copy of, that's a really weird way to word that. The highest grade copy known, I guess that works, of Action Comics 1, sold for $15 million, blowing away the previous record price for a comic, which was under $10 million. The price for a CGC copy, 9.0 copy, was set in a private sale to a collector, negotiated on behalf of the anonymous owner of Metropolis Collectibles Comic Connect of New York. The company announced the last reported sale on this, I think that's supposed to say, on this particular copy of Action Comics #1 was in 2011, when they sold it at auction on behalf of Nicolas Cage, little guy who was supposed to play Superman. I shouldn't say little guy, a little known actor who was supposed to play Superman and kind of sort of did eventually. But that sold for $2.16 million. So that's, like almost a 7x return there on a long enough timeline. But that was a copy that was stolen from Cage in 2000 and not recovered until 2011, when it was found in the contents of a storage locker, sold at auction, and returned to Cage. That's nuts. And then, so the previous high record for a comic was also a CGC 9.0. It was also a Superman book. It was Superman #1. And that sold recently at Heritage Auction for $9.12 million. Just about a month ago. So that's
just crazy. That Superman 1 is all reprint stories.
Yeah. Yep.
The only thing new on it is the cover.
It's crazy. That's a great question. Chris asked, did the guy who stole this from Nicolas Cage ever get caught? I'd love to know the answer for that. If anybody is willing to do a quick Google search on the side and just, tell you what, you just throw the answer in the chat and we'll just assume it's right no matter what you say. That's a good way to get engagement, right?
Right.
Yeah.
There we go.
As XSSD says here, 15 only because it was in a Nick Cage book in the backstory. I bet you it really helped. I think that was definitely a part of it.
No, I did not.
That's great. That's great. Happy Monday, Awesome Sauce. What's up? How you doing, man? Yeah, it's nuts. I mean, okay, they were never caught, apparently. I trust your Google food.
He carried it around in his front seat of his car, didn't he?
Is that what I
heard?
Oh,
yeah, I heard it was. Well, I heard it got stolen from his home, but he did, for a long time, drive around with that in the passenger seat of his car.
I never, ever will victim blame, because I believe in the whole, like, there's a philosophical, not a hypothesis, but a prompt or whatever. If a kid leaves his bike or her bike in their front yard and somebody steals it, is it their fault because they left it in the front yard, or is it the thief's blame? Is the blame on the thief because they stole it? And I've always been a believer that it's the thief who's at fault. I mean, yes, you should lock up your stuff if you don't want it stolen, but at the same time, it's not your fault that somebody stole it. But I still wouldn't leave any comic worth anywhere near that amount in my car at all.
I mean, if you take something like that to like the nth degree, like someone who gets killed and didn't lock their front door, like, you're not going to blame them for getting killed.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So the comic was stolen from Cage's Los Angeles home in 2000 during a party.
Gotcha.
Interesting. Okay. Hey, what's up, Middle Elf?
There's a podcast called Stealing Superman. Okay.
And also shout out to William Gordon, praise Claremont X-Men. Hey, we are both huge fans of Claremont X-Men.
Absolutely. Yeah.
As we talked about on the show several times. So 100%, I'll agree with you on that. WB exec. Okay. Oh, there's the Stealing Superman podcast. They were just talking about that. That sounds interesting. I'd have to check that out.
Might have to chill it.
Is that your podcast, Psycho Phil, since you never got caught?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Hey, Metal Elf.
Yeah, found in a storage locker, but the thief was never caught. Yeah, it's interesting stuff. I mean,
there was a big legal battle after it got found and auctioned off, right? Nicolas Cage was able to show identifying marks and say, that's my book. And so then there was the whole,
he had such a the story of Nicolas Cage, whenever it's ready to be told, is going to be a very interesting one. Like, he's had like crazy, him and Wesley Snipes are two actors that had like crazy legal / tax problems. And, I mean, Wesley Snipes went to jail for it, right?
Yeah. I just watched, what was it? I just watched, it was a Charlie Sheen thing, but they had a whole lot of Nicolas Cage in there. So when he was a lot younger, he and Charlie were buddies. So yeah, there's going to be some interesting stories for sure.
Yeah, it's he's had a very strange, a lot of people talk about the string of Nicolas Cage movies that were just, I mean, frankly, they just weren't that good for a long time. And then suddenly he just kind of backed into this weird career where he was making like cult classic, I know Pig is one that gets, and then there's another, starts with a M or whatever, the girl's name. Oh boy. I want to say Martha because of the joke. Mandy, thank you very much, Hydroslam. Appreciate it, Mandy. But yeah, he's kind of had this weird career for sure. Yeah, Johnny Depp had money issues too. That's true.
Well, Nicolas Cage he pretty much had to take any role he could to stay ahead of his debts. So
yeah, he was saying yes to everything. Yeah, Mandy's good. I haven't seen Pig. I wonder if that's supposed to be pretty good too. But Mandy is a trip. It's a weird movie. If you're going into it without any kind of heads up, you're definitely going to enjoy it, I think.
There's a really funny like parody thing where it was on YouTube about his agent, and it's like, I think the title of it is like Nicolas Cage, a tasteless a-hole or something like that. But it's like at one point the agent's just running these terrible ideas to him, and he's like, I'll do it. And he's just like, he's just like making up the worst things he can. He's like, it's not a real movie. It's not a real movie, Nick.
What? And there, hey, what's up, Joel? How you doing, brother? Thanks for coming into the show. We appreciate you being here. Always a pleasure to see you. The one that I thought was crazy. So he did the live action Sorcerer's Apprentice movie, right?
Yeah.
And that was kind of in that run. It was probably one of the bigger budget ones. But what's weird about that to me is if you watch that movie, I've said this before on the show. I don't know how many people know the novels or whatever, or there was comic books too that were really pretty good by Jim Butcher called The Dresden Files. Mm-hmm. And that character, he's like an urban fantasy wizard. And if you watch Sorcerer's Apprentice, thinking about the character of Harry Dresden, Sorcerer's Apprentice takes on a weird turn. It takes on an even weirder turn when you learn that Nicolas Cage is a fan of the Dresden Files, and I think even owns or partially co-owns some of the filming rights to it.
Oh,
it's a very strange thing. But if you happen to, if those Venn diagrams all line up for you and you happen to be familiar with those things, I would watch that movie again with looking through that lens. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, Paul Blackthorne played him on it lasted for one season. I think it was on Sci-Fi or USA or one of those cable networks. But it's a really interesting portrayal from that perspective because I feel like he's channeling that character pretty completely. Great series of books. The new one's coming out later on this winter too, so definitely check it out. Yeah, it's actually one of the better ones he made during that period of time too. Yeah, it's
it's pretty crazy that he's Francis Ford Coppola's nephew.
Yeah,
and he took his name from Luke Cage, right?
Right. Yeah. And he even like, it's also kind of cool. He changed his name because he didn't want to be like seen as like a Nepo, Hollywood hire kind of a thing.
Right.
Wanted to make his own mark, which is cool. The guy from Arrow played Harry Dresden. It's a very fun show, but it needed more time to kind of, like a lot of shows that get canceled after one season, it needed more time to kind of get its footing. Yeah, that's true. Sophia, and just there's tons of them. I only really have one other news story here. Let me pull my tab up here, and it's not. I'll be honest, it's not really a big one, but it seemed kind of interesting. So with all the Diamond shakeup and previews catalog going away, this is also from ICV2, by the way. Dark Horse is going to launch a monthly print catalog as it enters its 40th year since its founding in 1986, which honestly, that's the part that I just kind of read and I was like, oh yeah, it is 40 years.
Yeah, I was a kid. Crazy. I was a kid when it came in. Boris and Black Cross and all that stuff came out.
Yeah. So it's going to list its own print catalog as it continues the transition from the monthly Diamond comic distributor's previous catalog, which at one point listed almost every product, to the post-Diamond era in which comic publishers are split between multiple distributors. The final issue of Diamond Previews was October 25, with listings for last month. It is kind of a strange thing. I was thinking about this, like there's no more print catalog, or at least there wasn't until this was announced. I mean, that's pretty crazy.
That's crazy. So yeah, there's no print catalog for retailers to order from every month. Huh?
Yeah. Now it sounds like there will be at least this one, but and that's kind of, I would also say kind of kudos to Dark Horse because they've gone through some ownership stuff, to put it lightly. And I'm actually kind of happy to see them endeavoring to do something like this, because hopefully it means they're continuing to stay committed to comic releases. Because part of my concern and a lot of people's concern is when they were acquired by, I forget the name of the group that acquired them. They're a video game company mostly. A lot of people thought they were acquiring Dark Horse just to primarily get the IPs for things like video game and movie production, which I think still has some potential to be true, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. But I'm glad to see that they seem to be committing to comic books still. That's nothing but good.
Yeah, they've got such a large evergreen catalog of stuff that they can do in graphic novels and stuff that like they could stay afloat indefinitely just on stuff that they've already put out.
Definitely, and I'd say that's. At least in my experience, that's been a big part of their business anyway.
Uber super deluxe editions of, limited Hellboy or all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
The Goon.
So, hey, Chris, so is that Jason Schwartzman? Is he part of the family? And then Shire? Is that a typo? Shire. Like for some reason, my mind wants to correct that to like Shia LaBeouf, but I don't. This could be some classic Chris trolling here. And then any thoughts on My Dear Wife, Will You Be My Lover? Interesting. I have not heard about that. It's been a weird week for me, so I'm out of it. I will Google it just as you say it's safe. This is how crazy I am. Oh, it's their. Okay, so I see a
Talia Shire. Okay,
ooh.
Not sure. I'm not familiar with Talia Shire.
Okay, I found a Kotaku article that might attack the thrust of what Chris is talking about here. It looks like. So you let me know if I'm going down the right path here, Chris. But this is an article from Kotaku. One of the best-selling manga in Japan right now was made by AI. My Dear Wife, Will You Be My Lover is a big hit on the country's biggest digital ebook store. This is courtesy of Zach Schweisen. So we're less than a week into 2026, and it's already shaping up to be a horrible year. Here's more evidence of that. An AI-generated manga is topping the charts over in Japan. It was reported by Automaton. It's a 4-volume manga. That's an auto-translated title. It's currently the top seller in Comic CMOA's young adult category. The storefront describes itself as the largest ebook shop in the country. The new manga was created by Mamaya and published by Studio Zune, and tells the tale of a middle-aged husband and his wife who are struggling to rekindle their sexual desires for each other. See if there's... So it's not a secret, this is a manga that relies on AI-generated artwork, yet that hasn't stopped the romantic comic from topping the charts. That's interesting. So it's not... So it does say
it's
this
not
work was
AI written though, or is it just images?
Well, I'm just trying to get to the point of like, even though it says this work was created using AI generated images, I wonder how well that's advertised really to the final purchaser, you know?
Right.
That doesn't stop the romantic comic from topping the charts. Reports that many user reviews are calling the manga boring, with overly wordy dialogue, bad artwork, and copy-pasted characters. The only standout moments involve the characters having sex, but some complain that this happens too rarely in the series. I bet you they're complaining about that.
Yeah.
This might explain its low rating of 3.1 stars. Okay. Apparently out of 5.
There are pages on Bleeding Cool, says Chris.
Okay, I tend to avoid most articles if there's other alternatives, but I will check it out. Are they safe for work pages? Chris, that's the I guess I'll preview it, but
you'd be like, oops, canceled.
Yeah,
that's interesting. He says Japan is so against tracing. I was surprised they were okay with an AI comic.
Yeah, and that's where and I don't know if anybody has the answer to this, in chat or whatever, because this is the first time I'm hearing about it. But I wonder if it's, even if it's disclosed, I wonder if it's, actually obvious.
Chris says no nudity. It's sexy, but no nudity.
Okay. So, and I trust you, Chris, but I'm just going to double check so we don't get any of our affiliates in trouble here. The last page is definitely spicy.
No,
so here's here's the Bleeding Cool site article about it, and then there's that cover, and then here's some of the pages. Actually, I'm curious if they mention if it's written and drawn by AI prompts.
Chris said just the images, but
okay. It's funny that the dialogue gets called out in the reviews is really one of the main things too. So here's some examples. Definitely. I don't read a lot of manga, but to me it looks pretty repetitive and bland in terms of the layout here. Like, I mean, just the shots of this person are very, I don't know. There's nothing exciting going on there. You can make that criticism a lot of artists too. Adam, I absolutely understand that feedback. If I was only streaming on my channel, I'd have a different point of view, but I stream on a couple other channels too, so I have to kind of respect their wishes. Okay, so there's some giant manga boob grabbing. Okay, there's some weird
manga.
There's some weird stuff here, and I'm gonna avoid the last page, even though it's still technically probably safe for work. But okay, we got a tiger all of a sudden. That's cool. I don't know. That's the page I'm gonna avoid.
That's that. Whoa.
I mean, she's covering everything, but so from what I understand, lots of fan service, which I don't necessarily have a problem with. But the information that I get is that it's apparently the artwork only that's AI generated. It's just such a weird. This is something I've always said. I'm not necessarily against AI as long as it's, AI generated use in comics, to be specific, as long as it's clearly labeled as such and clearly advertised to the buyers.
To the I don't know.
And
even like I feel like this, that it, I don't know, that what it pulls from and not giving credit to who it's pulling from. And
that's the other part of that coin is like, there's ways to generate AI imagery based on, let's say you're an artist. You can generate AI images only off your own work. That's possible. I have very little confidence that most examples we've ever seen where it's creeped into comic books are that type of AI generation. Even if it was, I still want it fully disclosed by the artist or the publisher on the comic book. Because otherwise you were infringing upon the work of other creators without any kind of sourcing that's who you drew your image generation from. And people always bring up the swiping or homage, whatever you want to call it, example, but that's different. That's different. That is a very well-known practice where somebody is, they're lovingly, theoretically, copying a work to make it their own, and sometimes changing the character or changing the background or changing whatever elements of that.
Show of appreciation.
That, and they should be attributing it.
And you're not trying to take credit for that concept.
Yeah. And so, but at the same time, like, I think I'm naive if I sit here and say AI isn't going to have any use and isn't going to ever be accepted in any medium. Like, there are potential uses for it. I don't think the ones that we're seeing, like I said earlier, the ones that we're seeing creep into the industry now are the good uses of it, if there is such a thing.
Who was it? I just saw something where they said, was it one of the Marvel execs? Somebody was saying that AI is going to become part of film because it's getting so expensive to do all of the special effects and everything,
I think that I've talked about this before. It's AI use in film and video games has been, and even generative AI has been around for a long time, a lot longer than people think, in different ways. But it's again, a lot of it was done in closed systems where you're taking like, the famous example is Lord of the Rings: Two Towers, where they had an army that was AI generated with characters doing different things, and a lot of it was very primitive generative AI.
Right.
You could argue, hey, did they take the work out of CGI artists, or did they take the work out of extras? And yeah, those are fair arguments,
right?
But yeah, it's a hot button issue that I think it's good to have discussions about, and we've talked about it a lot of times on here. But it is one of those things that I think that if we let publishers and studios and creatives know our thoughts on it strongly enough, hopefully it will somewhat police itself to the point where they go, we don't want to be the ones that got caught using AI and we weren't disclosing it properly and we were using it improperly, because we've seen the backlash that happens from that the few times that it's been prominently caught. It is one of those things.
I like the Deadpool symbiote war where he's wearing them like Voltron. That sounds kind of cool. Deadpool suits like Voltron. That'd be pretty awesome.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Ecto says AI is unavoidable. It's uncontrollable, lumbering, all-consuming, chaotic mass.
Yeah.
I also could see. I could see a world where AI is kind of a flash in the pan, in some ways, as it evolves into maybe other uses or other programs that we use in different ways.
Yeah, I mean, it's firmly entrenched in things we use every day that we don't realize. So. Yeah, it's just I don't like seeing it, like Chris is saying, I don't like seeing it taking over. I don't want to see it become like a practice for comics being done that way.
I will tell you all day long, just to make sure, I'm open to things is all I'm saying. But all day long, if I have my choice between you know, if that book was sitting on the shelf and there was a one next to it that I knew was created by humans, I would pick the one created by humans.
I will say, like, a lot of like people who do almost exclusively digital art, kudos to them for showing themselves doing like painting and stuff lately.
Yeah.
Who was it? It was I think Travis Comics Limited was telling me he just saw Wheeljack do some paintings, and he was just like, oh my god. He was like, it's just amazing.
Well, and not only that, but then the ones that are taking the time to show their process and show their work.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where on one hand it's really cool, on another hand it's really sad that, like, the thing that happens that really bothers me is an artist who did create their work by their own imagination, their own talent, will get accused, and then they have to go and back it up and say, no, this is really my work, and show it. And in a way, it's great that they're able to do that. But I know that it's got to be frustrating for those artists too to definitely deal with that on a regular basis. There's a couple people on Instagram.
Who's the guy that does those Baroness covers that we really like?
Is it Cedric Poulat?
Yeah. I loved his little thing on Instagram where he's like, listen here.
Yeah, he's one of the ones I was thinking of when I said that. And I mean,
it was pretty funny.
Maybe it's a minor thing in the grand scheme of things, but there is something I've talked about before. It's just kind of like an AI witch hunt out there.
Yeah.
And it is a razor's edge because it's going to get harder to detect, of course, as AI improves. But also, I think people should be a little, like, every time they see a digital piece of art now, they assume, oh, it's AI. Well, it's not always true. In fact, I'd say a lot of the time it's not true.
Right.
Especially if it's, if it's somebody that you see a large body of work stretching over a large amount of time.
Yeah.
Probably assume it's probably not AI. But I think, we've both helped each other. I'll just to say this, we've both found out, hey, here's that thing that you shared or sent. Hey, well, guess what? That's AI.
There's been some stuff where I'm like, oh, I didn't realize that was AI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate, that can happen. And I don't want to see it, generally speaking.
Yeah. For sure.
For that kind of stuff. Like, I do think it's a little different when you're talking about your own private stuff or your own passion project, to a certain degree, when you're not charging money for it, you're not publishing it, and you're not, I think that's a little, like, there's artists out there that will take their action figures or they'll take their drawings or whatever, and then they'll clearly use some AI on it to make like a little motion image or something like it. Do I have, is that a thing that I should have a problem with? I don't know. It's kind of cool when because I know it makes it stand out on people's like Instagram feeds or on Twitter or whatever. And maybe it helps their art kind of shine through other than just showing their art. I don't know. And there's some well-known artists that do that. So
yeah, I've seen some cool little animations done with people's art. And like, there's one artist, I think I said, like, that was cool. How'd you do that? And he was like really snarky. I was like, okay. I was honestly asking, like, how did you do that? That was cool.
Yeah. It's a strange world, and I appreciate everybody's perspectives on it. I know some people have really strong opinions on it. And I hope I never come across like I'm not respecting that, because I do. I actually usually side more with the people that have strong opinions against it, but I also am open to it. Like, after hearing, like, I've heard people, some names I can't disclose, but I've heard people like Jim Starlin talk about it, and hearing him talk about it was like, gosh, here's a guy that nobody can deny is an amazing artist, and he's talking about ways
he's saying, like, get with the times, right? Like, it's either evolve or die, right? A lot of things. He's like, so learn to use the tool and enhance your work, but don't let that tool do your work. But he had very defined lines about it. Yeah,
very, very, very specific. And like literally like background starscape kind of stuff. And I think he was mostly talking about experimenting with it just because he thought it was interesting.
He was like, let's see what this thing can do.
Yeah.
So.
And I the one name I really can't disclose, there is a well-known artist I'm aware of who does the whole thing where they have done sample stuff of their work with a closed system, only learning from their work. And I know
that'd be really interesting. I wonder how does one go about setting up a closed system that only learns from your work? It's all
offline on a private database kind of a thing. And it is interesting.
That's pretty cool. I mean, it'd be interesting to see, like, stuff done in your own style,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the interesting, theoretical kind of part of it. Trust me, most of you, I hear you. I'm there with you. Yeah. That's a good point.
That's the thing. That's true.
Yeah, that's a good point, Metal Elf. They usually augment or can assist, I mean, gosh, I remember 10 years ago, and it still happens today, the backlash against digital art, period, was rampant.
I think that, like, if you were upfront about it, maybe, and you're talking like this is what I'm going to try and do, but we're talking about like people hiding it and passing it off as their own work.
Yeah, and again, Adam, that gets to the point where I'm kind of talking about like the passion project thing and everything. If it's like a personal passion project, but if it's like, I think the argument, and I always agree with this, is if you're going to get to that point where you're thinking about like, oh, maybe I can make this like an ash can or a Kickstarter or something like that, then finding and hiring like a real artist to do the work would probably be in the best interest.
Depending on like really good, like rough draft layouts and stuff, maybe, to give people an idea of what you want it to look like, but then have somebody actually draw it for you.
Yep. And 100% to Chris's point.
Yeah, that's what bothers me, is that like, Jim Lee or Neil Adams or Barry Windsor Smith or John Byrne or whoever, it's all just mishmashed into there, and you're like, wow, that looks cool, and you're like, but did any of those guys get credit for that? And I'm sure like the manga AI, like there's a ton of famous manga artists in there that are all mishmashed into that, Yeah. So,
and hide something. So I kind of mentioned it earlier. Here's the, at least for me, this is the last thing I'll really talk. I don't want to beat a dead horse on this too much. But talking about the homage cover and how it's different. So to me, here's how it's different. Let's say you have Todd Knock, and he wants to homage Spider-Man 1 from McFarlane and do that famous pose or whatever, and he's going to do it with Deadpool or something. Making up a scenario here.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, when we get that end result from an artist like that, even if it was an amateur work by somebody else, we're probably going to be like, oh, that's the Spider-Man 1 McFarlane cover that he's doing that character in. Most artists, in most cases I've seen, the vast majority are going to, put after McFarlane or make some kind of clear reference to the fact that it is referencing that artist's work.
I usually do that unless I'm like, this is so clearly an homage. But I should, I do agree. You should say after so and so,
and I think it's a little different if you're talking about like a cover or something that's like, it's a work that a company asked for and said, hey, I want this done. We're going to publish this on a comic book cover, versus like commission at a con or commission on. I think there's a difference there if it's going to be used for publication purposes. I think it's important. But so okay, let's take the AI generative example. Let's say first of all, does any creative work whatsoever go into the making of that art? Because if you're just typing in prompts until you get what you want, I don't view that as a creative effort. If you are then taking any of the large learning model AIs out there and using them to generate that art, what is it drawing from? Is it taking thousands of images from everybody from Brett Booth to Todd McFarlane to Jim Lee? Is it taking manga artists? Is it taking other AI generated images and Art Germ and all these other different digital artists? And is it mashing up their style and then transposing it over like what a cosplayer did from Comic-Con or something like that? And then how do we know what it spits out and what it's used to create that image? That's the huge difference to me, is that
I think we
attribution
discussed
piece.
that like a while ago. Like if
Yeah.
they actually paid royalties to the people that they were using pieces of their skill, then maybe it might be viewed a little differently. But
yeah, and that's why, and this is, to me, exactly where I get to when I say that, to me, there is a gray area that I don't know the answer to. I haven't fully explored it in my own head. If you then are an artist and you draw or make your own work and then you tweak it with AI, that's where you get to kind of a gray area, because you did put creative effort in it. You didn't just type in some words to an AI without any work from yourself. So again, I'm not going out there trying to defend the use of it, especially in comics, where I'm very against it. But to me, it is interesting, and there are, I guess, gray areas that we haven't fully thought out. McFarlane even put After McFarlane on the Spawn cover homage to Spider-Man 300, which that is great.
I've been known to do a little role playing there.
Yeah, I'll get that one. I just wanted to close out to Jay. I know it was a great little kind of discussion prompt for us to kind of hopefully pretty much close out that conversation for tonight, at least. Folks, we are always willing to discuss this stuff. If you are curious about topics like this,
yeah, that one's
comment down below. Yeah, I mean, and we've talked about it before, but I mean, I'm sure we will talk about it again. That's how prevalent it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, to by the way, Jair Holdathor, I am probably butchering your name. I'm so sorry. Oh no, we're happy to have you here. But yeah, you do some role playing with a superhero.
I do with
right?
SideQuest Comics. So if you check out SideQuest Comics, we do a monthly. We didn't do one in December, but we do a monthly Marvel role playing game with original characters. So I play Hellspark, granddaughter of Hela, a badass baseball bat wielding sorceress. So there you go.
Nice. And I have no experience with D&D. I've always thought it looks really interesting. Well, I have one partial experience. I did like a couple nights with a group when I was in my early 20s, but they all kind of broke up, and I didn't know enough people that played to really ever play again. I'd be interested in doing it.
Somebody the other day, and they were like saying that they always wanted to, but they were worried they would get into the wrong. They didn't want the numbers and the hack and slash where it's all just like all about them. They wanted the creative role playing where the rules were just the rolling, the dice was just done every once in a while.
Yeah.
The Marvel game is the newest iteration of the Marvel Universe role playing game. So
nice. I think we're at the point of the show where we should talk about some community art. How do you feel about that?
I think there's some community art out there to be shown.
All right, we
should have said that at the beginning of the show. If you do have any art, feel free to throw it in right now. Yeah. If you will be scrolling down to the bottom. So
100%. In fact, before we check out all of this week's community art, let's check out some of the best from the past and get that earworm stuck in Jay's head, and some others probably.
Sent from you to us, it's art for all. At Best Coast Comics, we answer the call. Fans and creators, bold and smart. Join the line for Comic
So that is some of the wonderful community art we've had shared with us. Hey, full disclosure, that song, even though the lyrics were written mostly by me, the song is actually AI generated. So there you go. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. There's your disclosure. Because I, oddly enough, don't sound like that when I sing.
I thought that was totally you.
Nope, unfortunately, I'm not quite that good. But hey, all the art you saw is 100% created by the wonderful humans that are part of our community, including this week's roundup, which we got quite a bit of fun stuff to show here. I'm going to go a little quickly on Erwin's here because he's got a lot of posts here. That's great. We love to see that. But we want to get to some of the artists too. This is some fantastic Batman Beyond.
Yeah, some gesture work there on the Batman.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I like it. I like
Batman Beyond.
Little Godzilla.
This is sketchbook because you can see Batman Beyond down there. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
And you got some
Love it. You got a little Wolverine there on the side and some different stuff there. Sweet.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Little Punisher
there. So it looks like he was doing the sketchbook and then kind of colored in and inked in over some of the sketchbook stuff. That's cool.
Yeah.
Very
cool. Show you some of the roughs here. And I know we showed this Nemesis or whatever from Resident Evil. We showed that before too. Right. There we go.
Love it.
There we go. And then there's kind of the page before he went back over it. Looks like I didn't think he
good stuff.
Yeah, he didn't leave a message about that, but I think that is kind of what happened. And then we had Headless Hammerhead here. He's doing spell cards for a Mesoamerican Lovecraftian campaign.
I love the black and white there with the heavy blacks around it. It's so cool. I love it.
Yeah. But speaking of D&D, I wanted to make sure to mention that. This is Sanguine Desire, done with watercolor, graphite, ink, marker, acrylic, and you see, is that gouache? Is that how you pronounce that?
Gouache.
Gouache. Thank you very much. On canvas board. So there's
very
smithy. Very good job, Headless.
Love it. Very good. Very good.
Loving all the card art stuff you've been sharing.
Hey, Joel's doing some art too. He's making cookies.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. That's my favorite kind of art is art you can eat.
Culinary arts.
Nice. And we got some more from Irwin. Boy, and there we go. Perfect. After Wilfredo Torres.
There we
go.
Torres. Very nice.
So there you go. Some attribution right there. We love to see it.
Love that brushwork. That's nice.
Yeah. Very nice. Okay, cool.
A little Love and Rocketsy look in there.
Is that Love and Okay, I was gonna. I
don't know if it is or not. But it just kind of has that look.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
And this is the cool. If folks, any of you can go post the stuff over on my Discord server. There is a link in the description below for that. If you want to go post some of your work in progress, see nothing but love here. Everybody's being positive. Here's some more of that Mesoamerican Lovecraftian D&D campaign
nice
stuff.
Hammerhead. Nice stuff.
That's cool.
Love it.
That's really cool. Like the
very cool.
Teeth. Nice.
Nice.
Killing it. That's gonna be a really interesting campaign. Got a couple more from Irwin here. Got Chun-Li. That's great.
Nice.
Yeah. And then Harley. Love
nice.
Seen some love there. And then Batman. That's a cool Batman.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Sam Keith vibes there.
Yep. For sure. Little Frank Miller, little Sam Keith.
Yeah.
This is a front cover that he did for The Angriest Warrior, Crooked Crucible. So
very cool.
Don't want anybody to think you have to be somebody who's actively working in comics to post here. You don't have to be. Oh, it's nice though. Hey, Big
this guy, he's not working in comics.
Well, but you have had some stuff published, right?
Kind of back
in a magazine, right?
Yeah.
Which people have sought out based on that. I know that.
Surfer I'm working on for somebody.
That's cool. Nice work there, man.
Thanks.
And then I love this one even more.
There we go. Finally finished with that one. Yeah, Jack of Hearts. Man, that guy's costume is insane.
A lot of detail.
You zoom in on that detail. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, absolutely. I love your the explosion. What's the word? Like vanishing point, kind of.
Yeah. Oh, the little swoop out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That was fun.
Nice. So that was
there's our buddy doing more of his animated style.
I have the Wayback Machine set for December 10th, 1962. When Sherman gets home from show rehearsal, I will give him $1.05 to buy 10 Tales of Suspense comic books. We will sell them and make a profit of $8,399,998.95. The 9/8 condition comics will be Sherman's nest egg. I would have taught him lessons on economics and inflation. I'm a stinking rich genius dog. Love it. That's great. I love the story there and everything.
Yes,
yeah, that was Jack of Hearts, Joel. Yep. Oh, Roscoe.
Roscoe, Ghost Rider.
That's so cool. Speaking of Nick Cage, we got a Ghost Rider himself. He comes up in the
Roscoe,
show.
So good.
That's so great.
So good.
Oh, Roscoe. I love it. I'm impressed. This is our friend Trav or Comics Limited, as you see him when he pops up on YouTube.
Right.
He has a YouTube channel of his own, of course.
That's a commission
cool.
there he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that final now?
I think that's pretty much finished.
Yep. Okay. Nice. That's a good job on that.
Yeah.
Right on.
And then a little gift for somebody, a little art card.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been trying to do more of the cards recently. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
A little
that is his art setup, I guess.
Yeah.
Don't know if he meant to put that in there. There's
I think just kind of showing a little bit of this. I like that. I like to see people's spaces they stream in and the spaces they do their art in. I think that's kind of cool. And then here's Edward Lilly with some Cyclops action.
Yeah, I was trying to find out some info about that, but somebody else already found out info about that.
Oh, were you? Yeah, no. So I didn't know. So this was, he finished it or not finished it. He got more work done, I think, yesterday on your guys' stream, right?
Yeah. I don't know if he's going to add the red in there for the beam or not,
cool.
But
I know he's got a couple more. He said he's got a couple more days worth of work. He's going to kind of finish it up over the next couple of days. There's some detail on it. I love the Cyclops. In fact, I love it so much I bought it.
Yeah, I was trying to find out info for you, and he's like, "No, it's already gone."
I messaged him because I'd replied to his story on Instagram, and just told me he was doing great work on it. And I wouldn't normally ask people this, but I was just like, "Hey, any chance you're gonna sell that?" He's like, "Well, actually, yeah, I probably am." So we talked about it.
He had shouted it out on the stream while we were drawing. He's like,
"Oh, nice.
Anybody wants it? It's for sale." So
right on. I was so busy yesterday with family. I need to get tuned into one of your guys' shows one of these Sundays, but
we got another artist on there too. So yeah, it's getting bigger.
Nice. Speaking of that Sunday art stream that you guys are doing, I know you might want to head over. We talked about Yevgeny Sokolov and his art. I know he's doing a giveaway over on his Instagram for an absolute Batman piece and some prints and some other stuff too. But if you want to go get a chance to win some of the art we've shown off here from Yevgeny, who does great work too, amazing work. Definitely go check that out.
Stunning work.
This is not the piece, but just here's an example of like some of his art for people. It's actually a different absolute
pencils. Yeah, the one he's given away is a finished piece.
But yeah. So really cool stuff. So yeah, for sure, if you're interested in that, go check out our friend over there. Well, not my friend, but your friend over there.
Hey, everybody's friend.
I try.
Again, he's a pretty awesome guy. He gets some compliments on the beard, buddy.
Hey, what's up? The name changes. How's it going? Hola. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you. Jay and Miles Explain the X-Men podcast had the writer of the new Cyclops book on the show. That's awesome. Oh. Yeah, I tried to reach out to him. He's on X, Twitter, whatever I don't know what to call it these days. And then there's like a new messaging protocol thing where like people have to opt into it. I don't know if he did that, so I don't know if he even saw my message, but I really wanted to talk to him about that because I'm just such a giant Cyclops fan. But I'm eagerly awaiting that book. Unfortunately, I think today was final order cut off for issue 1. But yeah.
I've heard it's got really good reviews actually. All the Energon stuff, right?
Bad, good. So like so bad that it's good.
So bad that it's good,
or so good that it's not. No, it has to be the first one. I have not read too far into the new Skybound series. That's like its own Energon issue in that one. I need to read more of it. I've been reading more of like Transformers and Void Rivals and all that stuff. The stuff by Larry Hama that he's finishing up here is still, if you've liked any of the stuff he's been doing over the last, I'd say, 10 years, you'll like what he's doing over there. Yeah, I have heard mixed reviews on the new GI Joe series. Some people saying that it kind of lacks some of the, I guess, some of the magic that previous series have had, but I know as they continue to world build over there, it's probably going to get more interconnected. I know the stuff from GI Joe that's crossed over to like the Transformers and Void Rival stuff has been really cool. So I think that it's worth checking out all of that, and plus there's going to be a new cartoon coming and everything. So I think it's just kind of setting the groundwork for
a cartoon. It was going to have more of a blood and guts, right?
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely. Hey, Awesome Sauce. Absolutely. We hope we could put a smile on people's faces, even if they're laughing at our silliness or all the
right.
geeky stuff we do. But for sure, hope you have a wonderful week as well. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, no, I think you're very much in the majority there. I'm sorry, by the way. Welcome in. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, you're talking to a couple diehard GI Joe fans as well. I will say there's a few good moments in those live action movies. That's about it.
Enjoyed a lot of the Snake Eyes movie. Actually, thought it was pretty entertaining. But I watched an interesting review about that, and it was talking about the timing of when it came out and everything too. And
yeah, I will say that was a great Storm Shadow movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could call it a great Snake Eyes movie, but and I mean that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I didn't really enjoy that much. I like the I don't know why I like the rope climbing fight in was it Retribution?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
But yeah. No, I can't say we have. We've actually never kissed anywhere outside of OnlyFans. So if you want to see that, that's where you got to go to get that one. Farpoint Station.
Beards only.
But I mean, it's there. Yeah, exactly.
Pretty funny.
Big Trek fan, huh? All right, there you go. An Ashikage tattoo. That's cool. There
you go.
Nice. Mad respect. I had an old boss that had that tattoo. I always thought it was really cool too. Just only, we called it only beards, it's just kind of but yeah, it's one of those things. I hope we get like a good, I mean, there was rumors there was going to be a Lady J Amazon series at one point. I mean, that's probably gone now. I remember those rumors. I could see something like that being kind of fun, like a kind of an espionage or modern thriller kind of series like that. I could see that being fun. I think that might be the way to introduce people to some of the characters over, rather than doing like a large GI Joe movie. Maybe, but yeah, I agree. About
it's like GI Joe has so many aspects of like science fiction as well as military to it at different points. It's like, so getting the right mix in there without seeming goofy.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many things that shouldn't work that do, that I think it's possible to make a really good GI Joe movie.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I just think that the way that studios tend to make movies these days, I think it has less chance of success than it did, say, 20 years ago, even though the technology is easier to do the movie now. Studios play it safe, and I think that I think you just need to do a hardcore GI Joe adaptation and say screw trying to catch everybody up to it, and just let the content speak for itself, and people would dig it.
I buy that.
But they would instead have to like introduce everybody, and there'd have to be a backstory, and it'd have to be, just made for like the lowest common denominator to be the safest box office hit possible. And in doing that, I think it would probably be a flop, unfortunately.
Right. It's too bad I guess we're not going to see the continuation of that Transformers into GI Joe, but
I don't know that we won't ever. Because I think there's a possibility that could still work, but I don't know. I also kind of, as much as I liked the movie, was that Rise of the Beast? I actually kind of enjoyed that movie because it didn't feel like it had to be part of all the other Bayverse stuff.
Yeah.
I do feel like that got kind of shoehorned in at the end. But it was exciting. Like, I mean, it did what it was trying to do.
We love the old G.I. Joe comics.
Oh yeah, I've got they're really hard to see, but I've got Compendium 1 and Compendium 2 right up there for
up there. Yep.
Yeah. And I've got a big part of the run. Is Lady J a new bad bug vehicle?
I like that. That's all I can think of now is doing a the Lady J action figure, but putting J's face on it.
That'd be good. I like that. I like the idea of that for sure. But yeah, no, we're oh no. Yeah, it's awesome, man, for sure.
Origin of Snake Eyes is what brought me into comics.
Yeah. It's very I wouldn't be collecting comics if it wasn't for G.I. Joe Real American Hero by Larry Hama and all those wonderful folks today, because I would have just bounced out after reading, like, Sad Sack and Beetle Bailey and Archie, and probably wouldn't have stuck with it. But that was my gateway into like reading monthly comics, and then that was my eventual gateway into X-Men and all the other stuff. So yeah,
it was G.I. Joe, then X-Men 175, then like as a back issue that somebody gave me, and then 193 was my first X-Men issue.
Yeah.
Old enough to
43.
know better.
Yeah, there you go. I'm 43 as well.
I am 54.
Yeah, exactly. Name changes. So that has been most of our show for this week. Before I kick it over to Big B to see if he has anything he wants to talk about coming up this week, I will say that both of us will be back next week, same time, 8 p.m. Pacific. That's 11 Eastern. And we're going to be doing a claim sale. We're going to be bringing some heat and some requests. If you guys have any requests, leave it in the live chat, or if you're watching on the rewind, leave it in the comments down below, because we would love to offer up stuff that you guys are interested in. That'll be a special show. If it goes well, we'll do it more often. If there's anything you want, there's a chance that, especially like a Silver Age series or whatever, let us know.
Hit us up. We'll bring what we can.
Yeah, 100%.
Do some digging, see what we can find.
If you're looking for artists, or if you're looking for, whatever.
Variant covers, artists, like what we see at the show, like a lot of people were specifically into like
Peach Momoko and J. Scott Campbell.
Yeah. Who else am I thinking of? Will Jack.
Got that
specific
too.
Artists. So yeah, feel free to hit us up, or if there's a specific variant cover or something you're looking for, let us know.
Are you asking if we saw the aircraft carrier in person? I've seen it a few times at different places. There's a toy store in Vegas, or at least there was when I was a kid, on the Strip, that had a ton of G.I. Joe stuff set up, including the full aircraft carrier with all the accessories. That was really cool. We went to Frankenstein Comic Swap, which is a biannual comic swap in Portland, Oregon, at the Lloyd Center Mall. And they do a show every October around Halloween, and they do a show every March around St. Patrick's Day. And so we did our first co-table there last time, did really well.
We're going to be set up for the next one, right?
Yeah, we're going to be doing the next one here.
Not too far out, actually.
Oh no, I blew up most of my vehicles. Like, yeah, some people did stuff like that. But hey, you know what? It might suck now or whatever, but like, hey, you had fun when you were a kid.
Fun when you did it.
Yeah.
I had a buddy who had the aircraft carrier. We get to play with it.
I was stupid spoiled. I was an only child, and I loved G.I. Joe, and my dad would bring me comics, and that's how I got into comics. And I had way too many of the toys, but I didn't. I had a lot of the big play sets, but not that one. I was born in '82, so I hit a lot of the stuff a little bit. Like I had the Mobile Command Center and the General, and the like 1990, 1989 headquarters, whatever it was. A lot of the big play sets. I was stupid spoiled. But I didn't have a flag, and I missed out on like the Tomahawk and the Killer Whale.
I love the Whale. It's such a great toy.
Yeah. I did get a Rattler because I found one in a garage sale that was in great shape when I was still
Rattler
a kid.
is
Still have it.
awesome. What's the water moccasin? I love a lot of the boats.
I have a picture of me with a water moccasin. I think it was my cousins or something like that when I'm a very young kid, and I didn't have one, so I think it's my cousins or something. But that's one of the first pictures I had of me with a GI Joe anything, because I had the shark with torpedo, and then for some reason that happened. Yes, exactly. Yeah, we did mention that at the beginning of the show, Joel.
That's right.
And for sure, that I'm looking forward to that. We'll have some more details on that soon. Back when I only had some stubble.
Boats in the tub for the win. Zartan, some of
it. Yeah, we love Zartan.
Zartan.
Yep. Got my my first appearance as Zartan signed by Larry Hama not that long ago.
Yeah.
Love that. And personalized to me, that was kind of fun too. All right, so that's the show. Did you have anything you wanted to plug coming up this week, Big B?
Just our Sunday art stream. Tune in every Sunday, 5 Pacific, for live art with a whole group of talented artists, and never boring. Always fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, there's
like an hour and a half, and then we all go our separate ways and draw some more after we turn off the cameras.
There's some amazing artists on that stream. I mean, geez, I will now own pieces from 2 of you guys, and I'm hoping to collect more, like they're infinity gems. So I'm a fan. And I've never even watched the show as much as I want to. I need to get on there. Sundays are just.
I need to get a scan of that piece of mine that you have. That,
If you have a scanner, I can lend it to you.
Yeah.
I don't have one, but I can. Anything you need, I'm more than happy to lend it back to you.
Well, thanks. Sorry for you. I'm glad you found us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Hopefully we this whole vertical stream thing does bring in some new faces, and we're happy to see y'all. If you're interested in what we're doing here, I did mention at the beginning of the show, we are streaming on a few different channels. You might be watching on, I'm Bronze Age Nerd. I have a YouTube channel. Also have Big B McFly over there. He's got a YouTube channel. And we're streaming over on the EXP. They have tons of comic book related claim sales, news shows. To me, the premiere show on their streaming network is Original Art Experience, which takes place Fridays with Nick Barucci from Dynamite Comics and Dynamic Forces. And I know, like last week, they did Mark Bagley. They had like a showcase of Mark Bagley stuff. So a lot of great stuff. I'll recommend checking out their channel. All the links for those channels are down in the description below if you want to sub up to any of us. Hey, that's awesome. We appreciate it. That's a good way to find new content.
Did you drop the link for the art chat? Chris, he's saying he's working on a Charles Bronson portrait. So
you mean for the Discord server?
For the Discord server, yeah.
It's in the description, but I can drop a fresh link if people don't want to dig for it. Give me 2 seconds and I'll get that up for us.
So there's a Discord server where you can share your art, Chris, if you're interested, and we share art every week from channel members or not channel, just anybody. You don't have to be a member, but viewers and friends of the channel. So there's the link right there, and you can see all the art that we've shown for quite a long time in there.
And a lot of other stuff like comic book discussion and news. In fact, if you see us talking about news on this show, it's because it's been posted in the news channel there by us, and you guys are more than welcome to do the same stuff there too. And it's where you'll get updates about our charity work that we do for veterans and all that stuff too. Nice. Yeah, you should. You should, Chris.
Please do. And join us next Monday. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, pick up some good books from us, and we'll can't wait to see how that goes, because we'll be happy to make that a regular thing if people are into it. Thanks everybody for being here. We'll see all of you next week, hopefully. And if you enjoy the show, don't forget, you can check out more of our content on all 3 of those channels. Links are in the description below. We'll see you next week. Have a good night and a safe week, everybody.